Hi friends, it's Erin here. I have not been live in a while, so I wanted to pop in and just spend a little time with you all because I know a lot of you are like me and that's why you're here. You're attracted to me because I remind you of something or we share a likeness in some way. And because of that, I like to share kind of what's going on in my life, and oftentimes it pertains to you all. So if you're here, say hi. I always like to know who's here. And if you're watching later, say hashtag replay so I know, so I can know who was here. And if you have any questions, also post those. So this has come up recently. It's been something I've been unraveling. Hi, Jessie. It's been something I've been unraveling for quite some time. And then in my Lightworker Academy program, one of my clients in there brought it up. And here's what she said. She told me that on a Sunday, she just felt like all she wanted to do was sit around and watch Netflix. So she Netflix binged her little booty off all day one Sunday. And then what happened? I probably had a great time. Probably just was in complete relaxation, turn off mode. But then what happened? Take a wild guess. Monday rolls around, and guess what happens? Her inner critic is berating her, beating her up with, why did you do that? Now you have all these other things you need to do. You're so behind, and probably was saying a lot of other really nasty things. And friends, this is what happens. This is what we do. Now, I've been working with this client in my program for a good 7 months at this point, so I know her story. Jessie says the guilt of relaxing is so tremendous. Yes, the guilt of relaxing is fucking real. So I've been working with her for quite some time, so I know her story. And she's got a story because of something that happened to her when she was a kid, that she has to be the glue. She has to keep the family together. She's responsible for everybody's happiness. You know, I have this because it's created a sense of safety. It's a false sense of control to think that I can, you know, do all the things and make all the things happen. And so for her, for maybe a lot of you, there's this pressure, this immense amount of pressure that we put on ourselves, and it's unconscious. And in my case, it led to chronic fatigue, autoimmune disorders. And what's happening now is, like, because I've been working with this concept in myself for a long time, I'm aware of it, but it's like coming out in these more subtle ways now for me. For her, that was not so subtle, right? It was like Sunday she took off, Monday she beat herself up. Now, in this conversation, am I saying binge watching Netflix every day is okay? No. Like, but maybe, like, it depends person to person. It might be what you personally need right now, right? And where we're getting into trouble is in the shaming of that. So like come Monday, she was shaming herself when there was a part of her that actually really needed to just turn off and shut down. So I'm a big proponent of, like, we need to take the pressure off. And more importantly, if you are feeling like you need more spaciousness, you're finding yourself procrastinating a lot, you're on your phone watching cat videos all day when you need to be doing other things, or you are binge watching Netflix every night because life is just too much, then that's intelligence. That's data that you need to start collecting about yourself, because it probably means you are putting too much pressure on yourself. There's too much going on. So that's what I'm tuning into, these subtle nuances in my life of where I feel I need to check out, because I do that. I need to escape. I need to get out. And then I see myself, doing some of the like Netflix binging. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be curious about this. I'm going to see why. And then come Monday, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I have so many things to do this week. I have to work all weekend. I'm teaching all weekend. This is this week. I'm teaching all this coming weekend. I taught a retreat a couple weekends ago. And so there's this internalized pressure that starts building up in our systems. And then if you're a mom, you're like, oh my God, I have to take care of all these things for my kids. And like, how am I going to fit all this in? And then my boyfriend or my husband needs this. And we start, like today I watched myself, again, I'm my own guinea pig. I'm a guinea pig so that I can teach the rest of you without having to go through all this. I watched myself today because I like a really tidy space. It helps my nervous system feel relaxed. It helps me get my work done. I work from home, so it's like if my house is a mess, I can't really work in a mess. Imagine if your office was like a shit show and stuff everywhere. It's hard to work in that. So I like a tidy space. I know this about myself. And the dishwasher's full. There's laundry that needs to be done. So I was like, okay, I'll do the laundry in between some tasks that I'm doing today. But every time I walked by the dishwasher, my brain was like, yeah, but you should unload the dishes. So I had to keep telling my brain, I had to put a boundary there and tell my brain, no, we're going to do that after work. We're not going to like try to do 45 different house tasks while we're trying to work. Like that's not doable. So I created a boundary. So this is a much deeper conversation. There's a lot of nuances that go along with this. But I just feel the need to talk about the pressure, this internalized pressure that maybe you're putting on yourself. Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me a smiley face. If this is you, let's just own it. And you're feeling resentful. You're feeling like you have to be the one that does it all. And you're not asking for help. So there's a lot of different ways to go about this, but the first one might just be, where can I delegate? Where can I ask for help? Am I taking on all the house chores and not asking my husband or my partner to do anything because I think that they just won't do it? And I've made up some story about that. Really getting clear with yourself about where could I be delegating more and how can I create more spaciousness in my life? If my issue, whatever your issue is, so if my issue is procrastinating or binge watching Netflix, I'm procrastinating in some way, procrastinating a task, or I'm binge watching Netflix, then maybe the question becomes, how can I give myself more spaciousness this week? Can I take lunch and just be technology free? Can I lay down in between important projects and just lay down on the floor and like close my eyes for 10 minutes? Can I stop myself, 2 or 3 times throughout the day and just do 3 physiological sighs where you would just go 2 inhales, 1 exhale. I call this making a nervous system friendly workday. Are you adding in some things to create more spaciousness so that you can down regulate your nervous system? Those of us that get activated, or up regulate your nervous system if you feel like you're stuck in a shutdown avoidance state. These are just some thoughts, friends. More on my podcast. It'll be coming out tomorrow about taking the pressure off. That's coming out tomorrow. And if you want some support in this, you would be amazed at what a little support can do for you. So I'm offering my nervous system reset program. It's a self-paced program, or starting November 1st, there'll be a 6-week, working around the holidays, a 6-week live version that goes along with the self-paced, but you can start the self-paced today. And I will put a link below this video. But I just wanted to share, so take action and get some support where you need it. You know, so if this stuff is hard for you and you need an accountability person, maybe the 6-week live nervous system program would be right for you. Or maybe you're just self-paced, but you just want some support in how do I handle my nervous system? I don't even understand what she's talking about. I want some more understanding and tools that I can use right away. Then the nervous system program would be great for you. But I needed some support personally in planning. You know, I got back from traveling, and because I knew I was traveling, I had put certain things off until I got back, which meant the week I got back was jam-packed, and it put me into nervous system dysregulation. It put me into an activated state. And then the following week, I kind of went into like a shutdown state because my body was just like, F you, that was too much. So I learned this. This was data that I collected. Let me know if this is making sense. This was data that I collected. And so I knew that I need some support in planning ahead. That's not one of my strong suits. I'm more of a last minute. I'll just kind of like, ooh, I get this idea and I roll with it, instead of having like things planned out in a really methodical way and being really grounded in what I'm doing. So I reached out, got some support, had a 2-hour meeting with a person that I know. She did our 200 and 300 hour yoga teacher training program, and she was like the most organized person. Like, she created systems for people during our trainings for her. She created it for herself, but she shared it with other people in the group that wanted it. And I know this about her. She's like one of the most organized people, most organized, systematically thinking people that I know. And she had reached out to me about working with something else. And I said, well, that is already taken care of, but would you be interested in helping me plan? So again, we had a 2-hour meeting about that, and it was beautiful, and I feel very supported in that way. And she's gonna, you know, continue with like monthly check-ins with me, kind of being my accountability partner in organization in my business. And it honestly feels like the most nourishing, soothing, like hug. It's like a hug, because when you work by yourself, it can be a lot, you know, and I have a lot of different pots. And so, she's going to help me be like, no, you can't take on any more this month. This is all you committed to. Because I want to get my book done and so on and so forth. And I'm just rambling on here, but hopefully I hope this is landing. Let me know in the comments, because I'm curious if this is stuff that you struggle with, if this is helping you. I'm very curious. So last thing I'll say about it is, it's a soul nourishing hug. Now, do I need to pay her? Yes. Does it cost money to have support sometimes? Sometimes you can reach out to a friend, but sometimes you need a professional. And so in this case, yes, I have to pay her. And yes, sometimes we have to pay for support, but the dividends pay off exponentially, because this is stuff I'm thinking about all the time. Oh my gosh, I'm taking on too much. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And so that's energy that's going out that could be used towards creation, that could be used towards generating more cash flow in my business, if we're talking about that, or could be generating more, you know, if you have a 9-to-5, like maybe it's generating more energy to get more things done so that maybe you can take more time off. I don't know what it is, but I promise you that when you invest in yourself in any way, whether it's with a one-on-one mentor, whether it's with a business coach, or doing a nervous system program like mine, or anything, like, we often don't want to invest in ourselves because we're like, well, I don't want to spend the money on that. And we forget that the benefits like far outweigh what we're getting. So that's just my 2 cents on, sometimes you just gotta fucking invest in yourself, and trust that if it's a soul yes to you, if it's a fuck yes in your body, then that's higher self speaking, that's your heart speaking, and that the benefits are going to pay off far beyond what you probably know in this moment. So let me know if that landed. This isn't a podcast. This isn't a video to get you to go out and blow all your money, but it's just saying, like, I'm saying it for myself as a reminder, because sometimes I get like, oh, I can't be spending all this money on this person for this and this person for this and this person for this in my business. I have, different people that I pay for different things, like somebody that edits my podcast, somebody that, helps me with my newsletters. Now I have a person that's helping me organize. But these different people have different skill sets, and they're helping me. They're helping me free up more time so that I can do what I'm best at, so that I can show up here, so that I can, be a guide and teach and create content. And those are the things that I am good at. Okay. This was just supposed to be a short little video, but hi, we're still going. I don't even know how long it's been, but I think that's enough for today. Let me know below if this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, because the more questions you guys give, that can be a video for next time. So, it doesn't have to be a question related to what I just talked about. Maybe it's just a question you have in general. Thank you for being here. Thanks for those of you that are still hanging around. I hope to see you again. Again, my nervous system program. I know I keep talking about it. It's, I'm in love with it. I'm obsessed with it, actually. And I'm seeing how it's helping people, and that's making me even more obsessed. I still have some more content to create, and it's just been so fun. It's lit me up in so many ways to provide this content for you. This program is jam-packed with content, with tools to help you, with understanding about all of these things so that you can implement this stuff into your life. So that's all. I'm very happy about it. And if you want any information, it will be below, or feel free to message me. Okay. Thanks, friends. I will see you soon, and I hope you're having an amazing day.